Hi, everybody.
Oh, there we are.
Hey, Ann. How are
I
you?
can get myself in there somewhere.
We got Saturday Morning Fan and Raynard and
Who
K
else?
Munin.
Munin.
How are y'all? Hope everybody's doing good. Good to see all of you. Hope you had a very uneventful week.
Yes.
Our week was kind of uneventful. We had things going on, but it
Yesterday
wasn't
was
nothing stressful.
Very busy.
It
And
was busy, but it wasn't like stressful to the point where you want to pull your hair out.
Because that's why we did not get the roundup up on time.
Yeah.
And because we were out and about. And as many of you are aware, we are, of course, in the middle of renovations. And we had an opportunity. There was a store that was closing down. It's actually a wig store.
No, wig shop.
Wig shop. And they like, because we still needed slat wall panels. We needed like 10.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're not terribly expensive, but it adds up.
Yeah, when you need 10.
It adds up. And they advertised, if you come and take them down yourself, you can have them.
Yeah, free.
And they were full-size panels, 8x4. We were like, oh boy, yeah. And we got down there and we were the first ones. No one had come yet.
Yeah, because I found them, of course, on Facebook Marketplace. I like to just go on Facebook Marketplace and see what's out there.
Yeah.
And they had some center displays. And I asked the person, because they had 2 different posts. And I asked them, I was like, are you the same people with the slat walls? And they were like, yeah, but somebody else already, said they want to get it. And I was like, okay. So we went to pick up the center displays.
Yeah.
And I asked them again, I was like, so is because the whole store, wall to wall, slat walls. I mean, it was a lot. And I was like, so the person that's coming for the slat walls, are they taking all? And the wife was like, first come, first serve.
Because they just want to get this, they need to clear the place out.
So we came for the center displays, so we got those and was like, okay. And then we couldn't get it all in the truck. So we took the center displays home, went back and got them. And I contacted them. I'm like, do you still have the slat walls? And it was like, yeah, the person hasn't come. So we went, pulled down 10 and the person still didn't come by the time we left.
Yeah.
So we got free slat walls.
Yeah, it helps us quite a bit.
Man, that's
what we're
literally
doing.
Save hundreds of dollars.
And then a good deal on the center displays.
Yes.
Too. Those things can be, they're, first of all, they weigh a ton.
Yeah.
And because they're actually really well built store center displays, especially for retail, retail clothing and things like that. They're meant to take a beating, but they're also incredibly expensive.
They're very expensive.
Yeah.
If you look them up, they're very expensive. And these people just wanted to get rid of them. They didn't want nothing for that thing. Hey, Ryan, how are you? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Ryan Paris.
How are you? Thank you for being a long-time listener.
Sure, we appreciate you.
Yeah, so that was good. Again, it was just a lot of work and a lot of driving, but it was worth it because we basically only paid for the center displays and we really didn't pay nothing for the center displays. And then they had some shelves, they had hooks. And the guy was like, why are you getting a lot of free stuff? And I'm like, well, you don't need it. You don't have the slat walls. So what are you going to do?
Because even those hooks are expensive.
Yeah, the hooks are expensive.
Because we have extra shelves.
Yeah.
Because, again, the slat walls are very modular and you can even put full-size shelves on them. We have the extra shelves. We didn't have the supports for them.
Yeah.
And he had a ton of supports and no shelves.
Yeah.
So
I took almost all. I left some. And then he had the clear shelves. And we got a bunch of those, but you can never have enough of those clear shelves because you never know what you're going to end up putting on the shelf.
Yeah.
So those clear shelves come in handy. So it was overall a good day. Yes, those center displays do come in handy.
And
if you don't have a lot of wall space.
Yeah, and again, we use the slat walls, and you'll see them in our tours and our other photos because of how modular the system is, where you don't have to conform it because a lot of people, they get stuck buying.
Hey, Graham.
Hey, Graham.
I mean, Christopher Graham.
get stuck with bookcases and trying to make it work, and you have to try to make it fit, and it's they have depth, and there's all sorts of issues with the slat walls. You move the shelves to wherever you want, and it just gives us a lot of options.
And Saturday morning, love the lunch boxes and the cups, and the collection room number 3. That's what we bought the slat walls for. It's what, maybe a quarter of the way full. I got some stuff up, but we still got to put the slat walls on the other part. So I stopped. Well, I had to stop. I had no choice. So I stopped. Now, once we start putting up the slat walls tomorrow, next week I'll start filling up the rest. But I did do one full wall is complete
in that last room, because the master's room is about done.
And Izette is here. Hey, Izette, how are you? Glad to see you. Glad that you were able to join.
We have a room, of course, it's like Masters dedicated, Masters of the Universe, and so the walls are filled, but we have not put a center display in yet, and because we'd like to put she has some statues that she wants to put up, and then we'll move. But again, the rooms are built, but the slat wall systems are not all in place, and we're going to try to work on some of that tomorrow, and hopefully get that done soon. And then I guess I can do a full-on tour, or try to do a full-on tour of all 4 rooms. Or I don't know if I should do a full one or break it up, but it'd probably be easier to do I know, I'm sure a lot of people would rather see it done as a full tour, but. And there's a couple of other small things that need to be done. There's a window in there that I've got to finish framing out. The little things, but the actual construction process is finished.
And Richard has a very busy week.
He says his week's been crazy. Alpha Trion's joining us
here, and David Blue Splash is here. Great to see all of you. And
I didn't forget about the spinner rack. Because every month we do the spinner rack, and that video I'll probably put it up tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, I fell behind because there's just so much going on. Again, that's why we didn't get the roundup up on time yesterday. Somebody had mentioned in the comment section, they were like, "Hey, I actually missed that." It was like that him and his wife. He was like, "My wife and I, I guess they just expect to see it, and they didn't see it, and they're like, what happened?" But yeah, I got it out this morning. Got it out this morning. Talked a lot about that, and then the wrestlers, some of the most interesting things, but then they're expensive. 50 bucks a piece, and then 110 for the 2-packs, and I'm like, for basically homages to LJN and the second incarnation, which was the 80s Hasbro line, 80s to 90s Hasbro line. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think that's adjusted for inflation correctly. We were talking about that a lot. Richie suggests calling it the attorney room.
The
attorney room. And thinking about, and we were talking about this a lot, because we watch vintage wrestling. We watch the old 70s and 80s wrestling shows. I wonder how much WrestleMania 3 was, because that's like the biggest wrestling event in history. 93,173 ticket holders for that event. Plus, it was broadcast on pay-per-view. Plus, it was also being live broadcast to arenas around the country.
Theaters.
Yeah, people were watching it in theaters, and it's like, that is crazy. And ringside seats for WrestleMania were $30.
I've been all in the ring.
And I'm like, but adjusting for inflation, that's $80.
Yeah.
Currently, which is also why the tickets are not selling. And apparently they're fit to go on sale for 25% off for the next WrestleMania. What is it, 42?
I don't know.
They can't sell the tickets. Nobody's buying them. Ringside seats with tax and fees is around the $10,000 mark. That's a big adjustment for inflation. They're way ahead of themselves. And the VIP packages are around 70,000, and they're comparing it to last year, because the VIP packages last year were 50, so it went up 20,000 more. And I'm like, that is crazy.
That's called greed.
That's wait, man. What do you get for that? And I've talked about wrestling before, and I've had people scold me in the comment section. They're like, you don't know what you're talking about. Wrestling's more popular than ever. Apparently not. Apparently not. I think, and I agree with Bobby Heenan. He talked about it before he lost his voice completely. Poor guy, because he died badly. That without the kayfabe, nobody really cares anymore. And he said, you'll see it slowly bleed away. It'll fade away over time. And of course, for those of you who aren't familiar with the term, kayfabe was the term used in wrestling to describe them clinging to the storyline no matter what. They stayed in character all the time because they wanted to make sure you believed whatever was happening without a doubt. And most people did, and they took that stuff seriously. We were watching that thing about, who is it, Dr. D, the one who was famous for slapping the reporter. That when they did a promo for him where he was in his house and accidentally discharged a rifle in the house, and he was screaming at his kids and he pushed the kid and all this other stuff. State troopers came to WWF headquarters and presented Vince McMahon with warrants for his arrest based on that short. And Vince had to explain to them as carefully as possible, that's not his family, and it wasn't his house, and the gun was a blank, and it wasn't even his gun. That we staged the whole thing. And that was embarrassing for them at the time to have to admit that. But that's how seriously people took it. People don't realize how much people believed that. I mean, come on, they showed up at his house they showed up at the headquarters with warrants for his arrest, ready to take him in. It's crazy.
And David went to Toy Federation on yesterday.
Really?
He picked up a couple of things, and Richard, and have it away when you open the door. Oh, yeah. So he's still talking about the attorney
room.
And have it say, no, I'm not going to do that. And Chris Fontana is here. Great to see you. WWE ticket prices are crazy now since they merged with the new company, and 3 and 4 times more than what they used to be a few years ago.
Says Christopher. But yeah, I mean, I grew up in that era, and people, the reporter, I can't think of the reporter's name that got slapped, but he was trying to expose them. And he said that when he interviewed people, at least 35% of the people he interviewed 100% believed everything they saw. And I was like, I bet you it's more than that. It's not a third. I bet you it's 2/3, and the other third isn't sure, because people really believed that stuff. They really did.
Anne remembers those days in the 90s. Her and a group of friends would go and buy pay-per-view and get some pizza and have fun watching wrestling all night.
We still have fun watching the old stuff because the nostalgia of it still hits us.
Yeah.
You know, we still enjoy it because we grew up with it. But the new stuff, I can't watch it. It's a soap opera with acrobats.
Well, it's a reality show. And they said that it's the reality show era because people like reality shows. That's the big thing now. And I don't know. I like
Richie, Dr. D. David Schultz.
Yeah.
With the big curly afro, and when he quit, he got drummed out of wrestling by McMahon because he would not sign off that when he struck that reporter, it was all his idea. McMahon told him to be rough on the guy. And he took it too far, basically, because he got carried away. I could go on and on about that because that reporter was stupid. I saw him in an interview talking about it. We were watching Dark Side of the Ring, actually. And he said that he felt like something was really wrong when he was talking to Dr. D.
Then he needed to shut up.
Yeah, you need to go talk to someone else then. He was like, I was nervous. The guy didn't look right at all. And I was starting to get scared that and then he turns around and he sues. And it's like, okay, so you want to expose kayfabe, but then you're going to use kayfabe to get into court because you know that the jury is going to believe everything that happened. And then that's why you settled out of court for $280,000 for getting slapped. And D says, if you watch that thing, he says his ears were ringing. I never touched his ears. Look at the video clips. I just, you know, he more pushed him than slapped him. I believe Dr. D, because that guy's crazy anyways, and I don't think that's something he'd lie about. He became a bounty hunter, actually. He became a bounty hunter.
David picked up some Street Sharks and Police Academy Ghostbusters Echo 500.
Action figures?
The Street Shark action, the original
Street Sharks are
not the new ones.
The show is terrible, but the figures are fun. They are fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember all that. WCW, NWO versus the New World Order. And then WWF had the Attitude Era. Now they're in the reality show era. It's kind of funny because McMahon, whether you love him or hate him, he built wrestling into what it became during the golden era. You know, the golden age of wrestling between 1975 to 1995, when it was just amazing. It really was. We watched the 70s ones, and you could see it slowly building until you get to the 80s, and it's just like boom. Yeah, it exploded.
McMahon was instrumental in all of that, but he's also the same person who destroyed wrestling and turned it into what it is now by exposing the kayfabe. And evidently, what he basically did that for was so that he could get out of paying event taxes. There's an additional sports tax that's paid in every state, some worse than others, of an additional like 10.5% or something. And it was gouging the company because they were taxing them for the event tax and the sports tax. And he was like, I can get out of one of these if I just tell everybody the truth. And I really suspect that's what actually happened with the whole, what was it with Bret Hart, the Toronto screw job? Because there's people from behind the scenes that said Bret knew exactly what was going on. He still cries about it. But, you know, and again, he comes from the era of when you did not reveal anything, but that he knew, and that was part of it, you know, because it was shortly after that McMahon came forward and he says, no, I am WWF. I am not an announcer. And this is what we do, you know.
Christopher says that wrestling still has a big fan base and is relevant. It's just not as good as it used to be. And David that says the Toy Federation cases look like they have been getting bought up quite a bit figure-wise compared to the previous visits. We never been to Toy Federation. We used to go, they have the annual toy show. I think it's in November. Yeah, it's right before Thanksgiving. And we went a couple of times. We haven't been in a while. But they host a big toy show like in November or something in Greenville, South Carolina. But we haven't been there in a while. The Doc movie also exposed wrestling. I never saw that. I never heard of that movie.
Oh, Richie says he was in the wrestling business as a manager and as a 2-time wrestling commissioner.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Which territory?
That's good. I bet you got a lot of good stories to tell.
Yeah, you might. Because, you know, there's a lot of weird stuff that went on.
Yeah.
A lot of weird stuff that went on behind the scenes with those guys.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you get different stories about everything because some of them, they embellish so much. You don't know what to believe in certain areas. Christopher says, want to see something else crazy? Look at the price for autographs and pictures of the wrestlers at the WWE Fan Fest. And not just them, everybody. And I get on my soapbox about that quite a bit because, you know, I was involved in shows in the early 90s.
Hey, Sarah. My Flock has a channel on YouTube called My Flock. And she talks about a lot about nostalgia and pop culture. Excuse me. So check her out. Again, that's Sarah from My Flock. Thank you, Sarah, telling everybody to hit that share and comment and all
like
of that.
and hype and whatever the hell you got.
Yeah, all
I
of that
appreciate it.
new stuff they got going on. I don't understand it, but it's going on.
But yeah, autographs, because what was it, Great Eastern Conventions and the sci-fi shows out there and the big toy shows out there on the East Coast, primarily in Boston at that time. And man, autographs were free. They were free. Or if someone did charge, usually you saw that primarily at the sci-fi shows, the signature was $5 or $10. It was Lou Ferrigno, $5 in the early 90s. You know what I mean? Or Bill Mummy would be like $5, $10. Or the surviving cast of Lost in Space. Or you went, especially the comic shows, nobody charged. McFarlane, free. Sam Keith, free. Jim Lee, free. You didn't pay. Sometimes a limit would be set. McFarlane was great for setting a limit and upsetting everybody and changing his mind at the last second. But he was like, "Oh well, McFarlane would be limited to 5," and then he'd show up and he said, "Nah, 2," or he'd do something like that. But it was still free.
And Saturday Morning said they did a documentary a few years ago exposing that wrestling was fake and it blew up. Oh, my avatar is from my first wrestling commissioner show. Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Okay.
If they exaggerate their story so much, don't believe anything.
Yeah, says Kane Unit.
Who is Sam Keith?
Sam Keith was a comic artist.
Oh, okay.
He actually is the artist, and funny enough, because it's on our rack this week, he is the artist who did the cover of the Toxic Crusaders #1.
Okay.
But yeah, he had a really interesting style. The Max was his original character that he did for Image.
Are there any original Lost in Space?
Oh God, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sure there are. I will Bill Mummy, obviously, and the sister are still around. I don't know if anyone else is. I think at least those two. And what I remember best from like the sci-fi shows, and I've talked about it before, is the actor who played Dr. Smith and the voice actor and operator for the robot for the B9, because the guy was in that suit. They would get on the PA system and argue with each other in character, because the two characters used to fight all the time on the show. And Smith would insult the robot, and the robot would retaliate, and they would do that at the shows. It was actually pretty funny. And then Bill Mummy was weird. Bill Mummy was a weirdo, because he would when he was on Babylon 5, when the show was popular, he would not sign any picture that was not his character from Babylon 5. But in the picture, he's in character. I remember this at one specific show. He's in the makeup and everything in the picture, but holding an electric guitar, which Lanier, I think, was the name of the character from Babylon 5, Lanier. And I'm like, when the hell did Lanier ever have an electric guitar in Babylon 5? When did anybody have an electric guitar in Babylon 5? What are you doing? But he was just, I don't know. It's Bill Mummy. What do you want?
Richard said that when he was a commissioner, he did the independent circuit.
Okay.
But that was fun, and he let a lot of people on that show. There were 3 people. One of those people was called Punisher Martinez, who is now known as, I'll just say his last name, Priest, in the WWE. Okay. So that person is still going.
Yeah, there you go. Saturday Morning said Jonathan Harris, Dr. Smith. I couldn't remember. But I met him a few times at those shows. Nice
person. And then we got MIB is here, Johnny Shenrick. All of you know Johnny Shenrick, most likely. And
Johnny who? Shendrick what? From MIB, Master Toy Museum.
He's the curator of the Toy Museum. And he gave us the idea of Toy Museum, because we started watching him, I think in 2016 or 17, we started watching him. And it used to make us laugh because when he came on, he was like, I'll be your curator today. And what we have in the museum, you're going to love this. And it's so funny because of the passion he had in his voice, or he has in his voice.
So that's why we call ours our collection a museum.
Yeah, we stole it. We stole it. Johnny of MIB. Punishment Martinez was in Ring of Honor. It's the same guy. I had a talk with him. Okay, cool. Hall of Fame Center for they allow the inductees to talk. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be good if they didn't, I don't think. The sad thing about wrestling is how many guys are dead blows my mind. Yeah.
You see a lot of that.
Yeah, and a lot of them from suicide and drugs.
Bodybuilding too.
Yeah, because we like
professional bodybuilders.
I love watching the bodybuilding documentaries where they'll show you like some people and the amount of stress they put their body under. It's just crazy. And we got Paul here and we got Michael here. Hello to both of you. Thanks for joining us. Harris voiced Dr. Smith in the Lost in Space cartoon special also. But Ali, they used the comic book family over TV show family with Smith and Robot Annie. Okay, and Chris has to leave.
Oh, well.
So thank you for joining us, Chris. We enjoyed you.
But yeah, it's kind of amazing the stress they put themselves under, but it's primarily the medications that do them in.
Yeah.
Because you see strongman, those guys put themselves under tremendous stress, more so than the bodybuilders even. But they don't use any enhancement, and they're very heavily regulated to make sure they don't. But because it is an actual athletic competition. But the bodybuilders, with the amount of drugs they experiment with in order to shred themselves as much as possible and reduce body fat and reduce water weight during competition and things like that, it's what kills them.
Yeah, but with the strongman, they're not being judged on physique, so they don't have to be shredded. They just need to be strong as possible. And they take insulin. The bodybuilders, they take like insulin and all of these different drugs,
diuretics.
Yeah, and I was watching the one guy today, and he had this whole cocktail he would take in the mornings with Valium and aspirin for pain and just all of these things just to wake up and go work out. And and then he had this strict diet that he ate, but he had, when he died, his skin was like paper thin and he had 0 body fat.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you survive on 0 body fat? He didn't,
because
his body shut down.
You don't.
And his liver had dissolved.
It was liquefying.
It was dissolving. Pumping Iron with Arnold Schwarzenegger is a great documentary. It has its hilarious moments as well.
Paul says there.
I saw parts of it. I know that, but I've seen parts of Pumping Iron. I never saw the whole thing. This documentary, I like those murder mysteries. And it was this guy, he died, and they said he died from insulin overdose. And the wife was trying to say that he was injecting himself because he was a bodybuilder. And the lawyer is going on and on. Nobody would intentionally inject themselves. Yeah, they convicted her. Because the lawyer was like, nobody does that intentionally, without needing insulin would inject. And it's like, all you have to do is ask any bodybuilder, watch any documentary, and they'll tell you.
Bodybuilders do that all the time.
Yeah, to raise their metabolism, they said. And it's like, yeah, that lady got convicted.
Yeah, they convicted her on that because we were watching that together, and I was like, no, they always do. You can there's bodybuilders on YouTube that are retired or whatever, or are trainers, and they talk about that kind of crap all the time.
Mhm.
And it's like, but juries are stupid. They don't know
Well,
what
I
they're
mean,
doing.
if you're not into that, like if
Yeah.
me or you was sitting on the jury, we'd be like, no, they do, because we watched that. We're into it, so we watch the documentaries, and it's anything that you're into, you know something. But if you ain't into something and you just think of it surface level, because you hear somebody is taking insulin, you automatically think, oh, okay, they're a diabetic. Who's going to take insulin that's not a diabetic? You don't think that logically you wouldn't think that a person would just shoot themselves up with insulin for no odd reason.
Yeah.
So,
but they
do.
A lot of them do to stay shredded.
Yeah.
But yeah, between wrestlers and bodybuilders, those are the two that abuse themselves the most, it seems like. But yeah, you're correct. Richard thinks that the Dr. Smith was also on Star Academy, not Star Academy. What was it? Space Academy, right? Space Academy, live action Saturday morning in the 70s on CBS.
Oh, okay.
And it was associated with Jason of Star Command. It was like a spin-off of Jason of Star Command. But yeah, those two categories in particular really just abuse the hell out of themselves. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah, it is. But now they're doing peptides. I'll watch Mike O'Hearn's channel. He really pushes his followers to get in peptides.
Peptides.
Let me see what that is. I've heard of it.
But yeah, again, it's unfortunate the things that they do, and they're dying young. They're killing themselves to outperform or to entertain. Especially in the case of the wrestlers, because people, they're like, oh well, it's all fake. We all know it's fake now, but it's not that fake. I mean, they are really in there putting their bodies on the line and getting the crap pounded out of them day after day after day, wearing themselves out. And if they feel compelled to really look impressive, are taking a lot of drugs, they're taking a lot of painkillers, and they're running themselves down. They're running themselves down. It's terrible. But yeah, so
I knew I heard of it. It's used in skin, but now you can inject it.
Oh,
like
that's
a
fantastic.
GLP-1, and it helps you with all of this stuff to lose weight and build muscle and
you don't
this
need
and
to
that.
lose no weight.
Yeah, we saw pictures of that tennis player,
Serena Williams.
Oh God,
She looks
if you scary.
You have to find actual, not the ones from the commercial, because she was in a commercial advertisement for
Roy or something
for the Ozempic, I think it was.
Richard used to be a power lifter. Yeah.
Reston is joining us.
Hey Reston, how are you?
It's his last stand. But she looks okay in the commercial advertisement, but she is actually using the product, and those images have been enhanced because her actual photos, she's completely unrecognizable.
Yeah,
you wouldn't know who she is. She looks like she's dying. She does. She's so just drawn out and thin and gaunt. And it's like, God, who is that? Oh my goodness, that's Serena Williams. Same thing with Ozzy Osbourne's daughter.
And the wife too.
Yeah, the wife. Well, the wife is speaking out against.
Oh, she a little bit late, ain't she?
Yeah, it injured her badly because now she has heart problems as a result. Because part of the side effects is you lose muscle weight. The muscle doesn't grow back. So a lot of people are having heart problems. Oh, Rich says he gained weight.
Yeah, after he stopped powerlifting.
Oh no. Yeah, David, that's right. We went down that.
We went way off track. Been busy.
Yeah, Reston, we have been very busy.
Yes.
With it. We picked up slat walls yesterday. That's why we're late with the roundup, and hopefully we'll be putting them up tomorrow, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, I mean we getting it done little by little, bit by bit. That's what we do.
It'd be nice if we can do some of the shoots from different rooms too.
I don't know about all that.
Well, yeah, we could have moved the computer around though.
Yeah, and then the Wi-Fi is still, it don't matter. This Wi-Fi here, boy.
Yeah, we take the box with us, so.
I don't know about unplugging that box.
Oh, here we go.
No, I'm serious. You remember we moved it from one room to the next, and how long it took for it to reset itself. Hey, Dr. Cohen, how are you?
Spring has finally hit Springfield, Massachusetts. Cling to it while you can. You're on the East Coast. I don't know if I've ever been to Springfield. I know I can't always remember. I grew up in Massachusetts, but Allston, Brighton, Brookline area, and then of course Boston, Dorchester, places like that. I had an aunt who lived in Dorchester.
Yeah, it was in the 80s here today too. It was nice and
out.
warm. We tried to go for a walk because it was freezing this morning, and then
changed quick.
Yeah, by 10 o'clock it was hot.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I think we should have went a little earlier. Yeah, it warmed up quick once that sun started beaming. He got turned on. Yeah.
It's all right though. It's a nice change of pace. It's been a cold weather. It's been a cold winter. Yeah, Reston wants to know about the dinette set back there. That is a classic 50s diner set back there. And it's in smack condition and has the classic Coca-Cola colors even.
You ain't gonna see no anime overflowing from nothing because I don't have no anime
wants
nothing.
To see anime. Oh boy. You can go to Charlie's Collectibles.
Oh yeah.
CCS. There's a lot of anime stuff there.
They got a lot because they got various vendors.
Yeah.
And they got a lot of anime stuff. You would love it. You would have a field day in that place, K-Muni, because they got a ton of anime.
Anime and a lot of cards. There's a lot of card vendors.
Yeah, and they have card shows. And I went there one day, not for the cards, for something else. And they were having a card show while I was there. And man, it was a lot of people.
I think he had a different intention when he started. He wanted it to be like because it looks like an antique mall, but it's not. It's all like this it's all nerd culture vendors, I guess you could say. Yeah. But he was envisioning like vintage toy dealers and stuff like that. It didn't quite happen. He ended up, it's all like modern stuff and a lot of
Funko Pops.
Yeah, a lot of Funko Pops and a lot of like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon card vendors and stuff, but it's worked out for him.
Yeah. No Robotech, Astro Boy, none of that stuff. Yeah, my room does have those Astro brown slat walls. I like the brown slat walls. I think that came out good. That looks nice. When I was a power lifter, there was people that were roiding up right there in the gym. Yeah.
See?
Yeah, Shogun War. So, that's David
stuff. That's the old classic Force 5. Classic Force 5. Where you get a lot of the Shogun Warrior stuff minus Godzilla, who had his own independent show on Saturday mornings, but it doesn't look like the one from Mattel at all. But there you go. Yeah, see, so Force 5, he got it.
Dr. Cohen snagged an entire Kenan Robin Hood. Didn't you get an entire Robin Hood line one time from a show?
I've got all of the carded figures. I don't have any vehicles or accessories.
They have vehicles for Robin Hood?
Yeah, they repurposed Ewok vehicles and the Ewok Village playset from the Kenner Return of the Jedi.
Oh wow! Okay.
Series, yeah.
I remember when you had got those Robin Hoods, and I'm like,
they were
want that?
Yeah, they were super cheap. Yeah, they were super cheap.
I saw the Instagram post where CGC was happy that another grading service. That was so sad.
They mocked CBCS for it, and the thing is, the parent company that purchased CBCS is also grading comics. So essentially, they bought them out to eliminate competition. That's not a reflection on CGC. And that's kind of very arrogant, because it's like, CBCS isn't going belly up because of something that you did. They're going belly up because a rival competitor bought them out and turned them off because it was a JSA. Is it the JSA? I think is the one that's that is currently breaking into the comic grading market. Bought them and shut them off. It just canceled them. You've seen this before. Like, for example, I can't remember the name of the company, but there's been 2 or 3 times in the last decade where a streaming service like YouTube,
hey, 2 old geeks, how are you?
Has gotten really, really close to being competition for YouTube, and Google bought them and just turned them off.
Yeah.
You know, that companies do crap like that. It had nothing to do with CGC being superior. I mean, they're already the biggest one out there. They don't need to boast. They could have said something like, you know, we're sorry to hear that.
They should have said nothing.
Yeah, that CBCS is closing down or anything. Yeah, or they could have just been quiet.
But that's what goes on in our
arrogant.
society
That was
now
arrogant.
with the and I mean, you see it because of social media. I'm sure it was going on before social media, but you see it because of social media. People think they have to comment, and you don't have to comment. Everybody doesn't want to hear your opinion. Yeah, you have a right to it, but not everybody wants to hear it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a Wi-Fi extender. We got all kind of Wi-Fi extenders. It's just, you know.
From the company.
Yeah, because we had our own.
Yeah.
And then we switched to another company and we told them we got to have a Wi-Fi extender. And they gave us like 2.
Yeah.
And it's still wonky.
Backs up at times.
Yeah.
We're getting it sorted out.
But I think that's very unprofessional that a CEO of a company, you know, you think of a CEO as someone that is more mature,
dignified.
Yeah, you know, got some, I ain't gonna say morals or even values, but got some type of tact. You wouldn't think that they would do something like that or say something like that or stoop that low, but they do. And I just think it's ridiculous. Marvel buying Malibu Comics and killing Ultraverse after.
Says Saturday Morning Fan. Yeah, it happens. You know, it happens, and that's what happened to CBCS. The competitor just bought them out and shut them down, and say, yeah, you're not going to be competition for us. They can't buy out. They can't buy out CGC. Because BlackRock owns that. So you're not getting that away.
I love the 80s is here. Hey, my favorite couple. Always great stuff here. Thank you.
We try. We try. But yeah, that was unprofessional of CGC, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But because that, I guess it's JSA, right? Because that leaves JSA, which, you know, is brand new, so nobody trusts them anyways.
EGC or whatever.
EGS, which almost nobody's heard of. We interviewed that guy a couple of years ago. He's really not moving. He's trying, but it's not, you know, his competition is fierce. And then PGX, which nobody likes anyways.
Hey, Pastor
Rick is joining us.
How are you?
And then, of course, there's a couple of foreign entities that people probably don't even know exist. But, you know, like one for Australia, one for the UK, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But, yeah, CGC is king of the heap because they were the first ones doing it.
Yeah.
So they've become the industry standard. CBCS was close, you know, a close second. And JSA wants to be the close second. So they ran them off.
Then we got Johnny's here.
Johnny Sachs.
Yep. The Godzilla film was from Hanna-Barbera. It was garbage.
Saturday Morning, Rich says, yeah. I've got it on disc.
Oh, dude.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but I do have the box set from the Godzilla and Gadzuki. Not Minya, who was Godzilla's son in the films. Gadzuki, who runs around with, I don't know, Scooby and the gang on a ship. And then when they get into trouble and they call Godzilla to come and bail them out.
It sounds pretty lame.
It is pretty lame. But I mean, talk about backup. I mean, it's bad enough when you got Jimmy Olsen in the Silver Age with his little watch that makes a signal that calls Superman. These guys got Godzilla showing up.
Thank you, Pastor Rick.
For the kiddie pool, he says.
We greatly appreciate it.
Pastor Rick made a donation to the channel, which of course donations help us with our feline friends, our little shelter cats that we take care of. Much appreciated, of course.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. As we continue on here, we may have somebody drop in on us. We may have somebody drop in on us here today. John, what's that? Johnny Sachs says, "What, been watching a lot of What's Happening, wholesome show. They'd never get away with the constant fat jokes today."
No, we've been watching a lot of the older shows, and the stuff they say, you're like, oh my God, how on earth did they get away with that? But nobody cared. But
No,
we were watching
don't take it seriously.
What's Happening a couple of years ago, and it was funny. We watched a couple of other ones. That's My Mama. That got kind of
the first season was okay. On That's My Mama. The second season, they completely reformatted it. You could tell it was reformatted and rewritten, and it just didn't feel right. Didn't feel right at all.
I don't know.
Oh, Alpha asked the definitive question. It's like, if there's a fire, what collectible would you grab before your house burned down? My wife. If I can get everything alive out of this house, my wife and then the cats, then the rest of it I'll have to leave to the insurance, because their lives are much more precious than the items, no matter how much I like them. Yeah, even with the insurance, you ain't gonna get half of the stuff back. Yeah. You ain't gonna remember half of the stuff. Oh God, I'll remember every bit of it when the insurance company wants to talk to me. I'll remember, because I got mine written down. And David wants to know how the shelter cats are doing. They're doing great. And we're down to 16. We're down to 16 now, but everybody else is fat and happy. The old days were straightforward talk and jokes. These days, their sensitivity level is over 10,000. I think it's even higher than that. Yeah. Because just to step, I mean, even watching wrestling, and I know we talked about wrestling already, but when you listen to the commentators, the things they say, you're like, oh my God. It's like, where the hell did that come from? Okay. You said that today, you would be labeled as racist. This stuff, like listening to Gorilla Monsoon. I think I was telling you, it was Gorilla Monsoon and Lord Alfred Hayes. And there was who was it? Those Japanese the two Japanese girls, not the ones that they had the action figures of today. It was a different group. They were screaming the whole time. Satan's something, I can't remember. It was in the 80s, and Gorilla and Lord Alfred Hayes were talking about it, and he says, well, which one is so and so? And he was like, I don't know. They're Japanese. I mean, it's all the same to me. Like he can't tell the difference between them. But it's like some of the stuff they came up with. Yeah. Or Jesse the Body Ventura constantly calling Tito Santana Chico. Yeah. That's what I said, Chico. Yeah. And then with I heard he used to run a taco stand. What's the guy with the blonde hair? The black guy. Mr. Natural. Mr. Natural. He always calls them what's that guy? The boy from our gang of the rug. No. You're mixing them up. Mr. Natural Butch Reeds, he always says you can tell he's been out getting a nice tan. Oh yeah. But it's Coco Beware. Oh, he called him like Coco Buckwheat. Beware told me that I had permission to call him Buckwheat, and then Gorilla Monsoon's like, I really seriously doubt that, Jesse. I don't think he told you that. And then he'd show up the next week with a buckwheat shirt on. Oh my God. You know, listening to it then, you would have thought of nothing at all. It would have it would have been funny. You would have kept going. Now looking back at it, feelings are hurt. You can say, man, if he got on TV and this aired right now on national TV, WWF would get shut down and he would be called a racist. And I mean, nobody thought anything, because he sure became mayor of some town. Oh yeah, he was governor of Minnesota. Governor. She has to run upstairs. But yeah, he became governor of Minnesota. But people didn't take it seriously. They didn't take it personally. They didn't take it personally. You say something stupid, I say something stupid, and then that's just the end of it. That's just the end of it, and you let it go, because a lot of it's not worth it. It's not worth it. But we live in a different era now where everybody's little feelings are hurt and they go to pieces if you say something bad. Oh, what Richard? He says that Godzuki is Godzilla's nephew. Was he Godzilla's nephew on the show? Man, I don't remember. But I remember watching the show when I was a kid, but I don't remember the show very well. I do have the box set, though. We haven't gotten around to looking at it. Right now, actually, we're watching Thundar the Barbarian. You remember Thundar the Barbarian? Marty from Mego had the choice between doing Love Boat and Thundar, is how the rumor goes. But he chose the Love Boat for some reason, thought that would be a good idea. And then Thundar the Barbarian just fell by the wayside. And that was actually a much better choice for a variety of reasons, but Thundar the Barbarian was very well written. Johnny has Thundar Pops. They had a set of figures that was like a convention exclusive that came out, but it's like, oh no.
Have a seat right there.
Look who it is,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead. I'm gonna grab a chair.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chance Bartels from Nostalgic Pod Blast. You might find him on, can we get you in there?
I don't know.
Nostalgic Pod Blast from YouTube, and he's a local actor, as well as, unfortunately, best known for being the original owner of the Spider-Man girlfriend variant, which has been upgraded. The story's gotten better.
Oh yeah,
the story's gotten better because now he is a knife-wielding maniac who stalks people and climbs through bedroom windows.
I started to comment on that and actually add to it, but I didn't because I didn't know how you were going to take it.
I don't know how well we can get you in there.
That's fine.
I never read that. David brought it to my attention.
Yeah.
Someone claimed or she claimed that I wielded a knife. Dude, we were really close friends for years and years, birthdays at each other's house. You act like I'm a stranger or stalker. I mean, and then she's lying about the timeline of events. But anyway.
I really wanted to comment and just totally all the way up.
He totally deserved it because he was stalking this poor girl and a knife was involved. And I was reading it and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if you had read that far into it.
No.
I could not see that. I could not see Chance doing that.
But we saw the video. Wasn't that the guy on the video? Because you remember we saw the video?
No, that wasn't the video. That was in the it was a blog commentary.
Okay.
It was a blog commentary. I had to read it. But the video, he was wrong anyways. The video. That's why I put our interview back up.
Well, there was a short. The guy did a short on Spider-Man 14, and then as an aside at the end, he mentions the angry girlfriend variant.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has to say, and if you do a little research, you'll see that he totally deserved it. I'm like, dude, I'm the comic book collector. You're a comic collector. Why don't you listen to my side of things? I mean,
no.
Why do these people defend the destruction of a prize comic book?
Because you know why, don't you? Because you're the male.
Oh,
toxic
masculinity. That's it. So whatever she says, it's got to be true. It's It's like when you go to family court.
That's right. Girl power.
Yeah, you go to family court, and your attorney warns you. Listen, it's going to go 86% female. So just be ready.
What I didn't like was he mentioned my first and last name. He didn't need to mention my name.
No.
And I mean, like I said, I'm an actor. Reputation's important.
Oh, yeah. True.
I do not need that out there. So.
Yeah.
Especially the lies. But I didn't want to come empty-handed. I brought you guys a little gift. These are pretty weak as gifts. This is just what I had in the trunk. Scholastic little readers. You each have a different one.
Well, because I am learning to read. So I I hope I can read.
Yeah. I happen to be doing a shoot. You're not going to believe what I'm working on.
Oh, what are you
I can
working
tell
on?
you.
Okay.
Night Nurse.
Oh,
Hey,
get out of
Night
here.
Nurse, the
Night
from
Nurse.
the
From
comic book.
Oh, wow.
Could be.
Really?
Could be.
I
I'm
have
playing a
Night
doctor.
Nurse. I
Playing a
have
doctor.
Night
me.
Nurse #1. I haven't read it yet.
I'll show you the call sheet.
You
I
would
gotta
have
read
Night
it.
Nurse.
I do have Night Nurse, and I
There's
said I was
Snark.
gonna
It
get a
says it adds to your fame.
There's only 4 issues of Night Nurse. I only have issue 1 and 3. Do you have 2 and 4 by chance?
I know I have 1. I don't think I have any other. Yeah.
That's the one everybody wants.
Yeah. And then I said I was going to try and get the rest, but they were hard to find.
There's the call sheet.
Yeah.
Night
Well, is that the
Nurse.
people that's in the show?
It's a
What
little
is
bit
a call
everything.
sheet?
A call sheet is something that the cast and crew get. It tells them when they need to report to set.
Oh,
And
okay.
this was the last day of shooting. This was day 12.
Oh, okay.
It's not the Night Nurse you're thinking of.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not the
okay.
comic book
Let
Night
me
Nurse?
hold it up for
They stole it.
Night Nurse. They can't see the details.
DC,
but
No.
I can do
will
that.
be suing them soon.
Marvel.
Oh, whoever.
Oh,
Same
yeah,
different.
Marvel.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, you get Disney on your butt.
Yeah,
You're in
that's
trouble.
even worse. Yeah, I know. Disney will sue anybody. They're like Steven Spielberg. No, George Lucas. Excuse me. George Lucas is the one who wanted to sue everybody. George Lucas ruined Quark. You remember Quark?
I remember Hook.
You don't remember the show Quark?
I think,
Oh
was
my
it animated?
God, no. It was a 70s sitcom. It was a 70s sitcom played on like 8:30 time slot on like ABC or something. And it was a parody of all sci-fi shows, all the sci-fi movies. They made fun of all of them. The guy Quark was the name of the ship, and they made it look like it was this big deal, right? I think it only got as far as 6 episodes before it was canceled because the lawsuits were pouring in from Paramount, from Lucasfilm, from everywhere. They were like, "You better take that shit off the air." They make it look like it opens up like it's the crew of the Star Trek. Then you find out it's an intergalactic garbage scow, and they're picking up trash that's dumped from like galactic cruise ships or something like that. It's hilarious. The robot's the best part. There's a robot on the show that the captain built himself, and it looks like a pile of junk, right? It's supposed to be B9.
Oh, from Lost Warning, Will Robinson.
Yeah,
Danger.
except that he messed up the programming, and instead of being brave like B9, he's a total coward.
Oh.
And it's hilarious. Like some of the scenes, like because they get into actual trouble on the show, and like the captain of the other ship has the robot, and he says, "I hope you realize that torture is not going to work, because I will tell you anything. Please don't hurt me. We don't need to talk about torture at all." And voice just keeps pitching and pitching. And it's hilarious the way they did the robot.
It sounds like it's more like Dr. Smith in the old Lost in Space than the robot.
Yeah, Dr. Smith was the robot, but without the scheming.
You know, there was an episode where they switched personalities, the robot and Dr. Smith in classic Lost in Space.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Quark was hilarious, but they killed it. It's kind of like The Tick, 6 episodes, and then for whatever reason they just burned it.
Did you guys ever see the Electra Woman and Dinah Girl reboot from 2001 starring Marquis Post as Electra Woman?
No.
She lived in a trailer park. It was an unsold pilot, very R-rated, and it was going to be for network TV, I think, for the WB. And she was supposedly an alcoholic living in a trailer park.
Also, like the new Supergirl.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Good point. Yeah, I never thought about that. It's like that day.
That's where they got the idea from, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It'll be Supergirl, but she's in a trailer park. It's a great idea.
So Chance is an actor. How did you get into acting, Chance?
I minored in theater at Marshall University.
Okay.
And then the first kind of paid acting I did was way back in April of 2010 in a movie called Hall Pass, and I was just a background extra.
Mm-hmm.
Then eventually I got an agent in 2013, and my agent said, you've got to stop doing extra work if you want to be taken seriously. You can only do principal work from now on.
Okay.
Then my agent retired in 2019. I got into radio for Cumulus Media for 5 years as an ad executive, and then they tried to transfer me to Pensacola, Florida. I said no. And so I became my own boss, became a monetized YouTuber, selling comic books a little bit and doing acting gigs.
Okay.
And I started that up again on, of all days, April Fool's Day 2024 after basically a long absence of many, many years. I mean, like over 10 years of not doing anything.
So
Working in radio.
what did we see you in then?
Well, you know, I did Walking Dead
You
early
did.
on.
He was a zombie. We have that poster. We don't have it up yet, but we have the poster of him because you were
It's
the
in this
guy.
room.
Yeah.
You were the guy in the revolving door, right?
Yeah, I was shot by Merle first. You saw me get shot by Merle Dixon in episode 2, Guts, season 1, episode 2.
Okay.
And Walking Dead is streaming on Netflix right now. I know
We don't have
y'all
that.
are. I know.
Yeah.
Anti.
But before we,
Anti-pay for anything.
I don't want
Yeah.
to make this a chance show, but I gotta ask because I always
No,
do
go
in the
ahead.
chat.
Go ahead.
Where are you with Dallas? Is it the same as last week? Like
We
haven't seen it in a while.
Stopped
That disc
working.
just, the last
Yeah.
like 3 or 4
So
episodes
we're
won't play
gonna-
at all.
I've been looking it up, and I'm gonna just get the whole, all of Dallas, all
Oh, boy.
14 seasons.
Oh. Cool.
But we're on season 11.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I'll have it in case there's an EMP. Well, not an EMP, but the grid goes down or something, and there's no more internet. We can watch the DVD.
I'm sorry, the disc didn't work. I gave you those, and I gave you.
No,
junk
you gave
box.
us
can't.
one. You gave us one season.
Yeah.
Season 10.
But we
Yeah, but
watched that.
you can't help that
We
though.
we
because,
watched all of that. No problem.
that-
Oh, you mean so? Okay, so it wasn't the one I gave you that messed up.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No.
good. I feel better now.
We
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is.
Season 10 that is the season 10 discs, the ones that Chance gave us.
That's
But the last disc wouldn't play.
because you skipped the Dream season.
Yeah, you told us to skip that, and
Mhm.
we did. And then we went to season 10, but we did see Pam blow up in the car.
Yeah, that's at the end of that season. That's
Yeah,
the,
we
that's
saw
the
that.
cliffhanger to
Yeah.
season 10.
I thought we were watching it on TV. I thought we were screaming it.
You had to find it on TV because it
The
wouldn't
disc wouldn't.
play.
Oh yeah,
That's
and
what-
then it ended on season 10
Now, you
on
know-
TV.
Pam may return
Pam will
with
return
plastic
because
surgery.
I had to look ahead.
I'm just saying.
She
Yeah.
cheats.
Yeah.
If you guys watch the movies, I think you'll like the reunion movies. JR Returns from 1996.
I'm gonna watch that, and I'm gonna watch the 2000 from what WB or the CW
TNT.
TNT.
Yeah, 3 seasons, but the
Yeah.
seasons are short. They're only like 10 episodes or
Oh,
something.
okay.
But it was from 2012, 13, and 14.
Yeah, I'm
And it
gonna
was
watch that.
good. And Lee
Really?
Majors is in it.
Really?
There's a lot of actors that were not in the Dallas universe of the old show that kicked butt
Oh, okay.
in that version.
Okay. Okay.
Lee Major's a good actor, actually.
We're
People don't
watching
realize.
He's better than William
$6
Shatner.
Million Man. We're
Yeah.
watching $6 Million Man now.
We saw the episode with Shatner in it.
Yeah.
And then the very next week, George Takei was in it. And they both died in their episodes.
Will you do an impression of William Shatner? From
Oh,
that episode
no.
for me? All right, I'll do one. Cover your ears, everybody. I'm burning bright, Steve. I'm burning bright. See, I'm not a good actor. I could do it even if I were on my show. I would be loud as heck.
So, Steve, I'm burning bright, Steve.
He gets mental telepathy powers.
Yes, that's right. He made he was like, don't call for backup. Don't touch that gun. Don't do it.
Yeah, he did
The
do
deputy,
that.
the
Yeah,
deputy, and the deputy,
yeah.
the deputy's like, how did you? Don't do it. I can't. Oh.
Yeah. I remember him doing all that now because he went crazy, right?
Yes, yeah.
He was on his
Burned
big-
out.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
brains.
Yeah.
He
We
was
should
in.
switch
PTSD.
things. People want to see you, not me.
No,
In
you
a
got
minute, we
you're
should
our
switch.
guest. You're our guest.
Well,
It's
I mean,
fine.
we should
I'm
get all
on
get this
all the
shot.
I had
time.
to try to. If I
Out.
can extend it, I might can back up the camera. It's actually a really decent camera.
It's a
Sure
good
is.
camera,
Yeah,
but
so-
it's just so little, and it only fits, I think, on that stand.
Yeah, but this stand, I might can stretch it out.
Oh, okay.
I just have to make sure I can see what I'm doing.
I want to say
The
you guys have
tower
a,
is down there.
you guys have a lovely home. By
Oh,
the way. A lovely
thank you.
home, and I'm not going to mention street names, but you have the coolest street name. I want to say. I love it. It's perfect for these two.
Yeah, it's a nice house.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It
Thank
is a
you.
really,
Thank
really
you.
nice house, and we're almost done. Afterwards we'll show you.
Yeah,
Nice.
you
We'll
can
show you,
walk
but
around.
We're
and-
I'm like that close to being done with the renovations because it was bare. So
Oh.
I had to do the framing, sheetrock, drop ceiling, flooring, and all of that. I did. And this is the second time because we did it in the
in
old
the
house.
other
too.
house. You
And
never
there was
came
no
to the other
basement,
house,
yeah.
did you? No.
No.
I wish I had. You invited me, and it's
Mhm.
never worked out. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No.
We
but-
live about an hour from each other,
Mhm.
but that shouldn't stop me from coming.
But he
Yeah,
he
Chan.
redid that whole basement in that house. So since he has the know-how, because he can build a house now. He
That's-
redid this.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
the
he
other
came.
house was harder because with the other house, it was there was water getting into the basement,
Mhm.
and so the house
No.
needed to be resealed. And just for the trenching alone, they wanted more than 10 grand.
Oh yeah,
And I was
that's a
like,
big business. Man.
so I got a pick and a shovel, and I did it myself by hand. And I trenched the whole house 3 foot deep by 2 feet wide, resealed the whole outside of the house, and then filled it back in before I worked in the basement. Never leaked again.
Never.
DIY on
That's
steroids.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And so you encapsulated it, correct? Yeah.
Yeah,
Dry as a
Waterproofed it.
bone.
That's great.
because you know that dry lock stuff, it's a joke. All it
Yeah.
is glorified paint. You got to fix it from the outside.
Mhm.
But yeah, so we're at the point now, and the lighting was done. These 2 rooms need new lighting,
We'll get
Mhm.
lighting in
but
here.
it's all new lighting in the other 2 rooms.
Yeah, it's bright.
And
Right.
then now we're in the process of just getting all the slat walls up. And I was telling them earlier, we lucked out yesterday. That's why the show was late yesterday with the weekly roundup, because there was a wig shop that was closing,
Going
and
on.
they put it on Facebook Marketplace. If you want slat walls, if you take them down yourself, you can have them.
Mhm.
And I'm like, because we needed like 10 more after we got started. And we needed like 10 more. And it's like, oh man, that saved us a bundle. So
Yeah.
we ran down there and grabbed them.
Yeah.
You guys always get the deals and you find the cool
We
stuff. The comic
try.
book racks.
We tried.
Well, we
Well,
got
that's right there.
We look at Facebook Marketplace, and we go and get it. You know, you can't be scared to go in some of these neighborhoods
Mhm.
because some of these neighborhoods look pretty shoddy.
Rough.
Sketchy.
Yeah, but we go.
Mhm.
You got to go where the deal is. So
No
But
pay,
the-
no gain.
But the
That's right.
racks, because it's the match to that magazine rack,
Yeah.
because they're both part of a store display. See the red one there?
Yeah.
mhm.
Pizzazz
Excuse me.
magazine. I have all of them. I love Pizzazz by Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
they were at an estate sale that we popped into.
Mhm.
They were at an estate sale. It doesn't have the topper, but
Yeah.
good luck finding one. I was like, oh yeah, I don't care. I'll take it anyway.
Hey Kids Comics.
Yeah, I know. It's something like that. Yeah. Or we sell Dell here. But that was a lucky find for us, because it was one of those things you wish you could get. But oh yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
know
yeah, yeah.
that was her poking around. Yeah, there's one.
No, that's
sticking
a
out.
placeholder
Yeah, you can see
because
our-
I got to do something there. So, and I do that with my records. When I'm pull out a record, I put one up
Mhm.
to know where that record goes. It's just easier to find. So I do it with the comics too. I just leave one up, and then I know where to put it when I put it
Yeah,
back.
you can see our bins now
Yeah.
that we built back there.
So cool.
Let me see if I can get
They
this.
have those at half price books in East Cobb County. Bins like that. The nice wooden bins.
Yeah, David built it. I found it on Pinterest. The plans, found it on Pinterest. And he built it.
Wow.
Yeah, I built those. They were originally record cabinets. 'Cause
Yeah,
you see like
they
the
are.
vinyl records over here,
Mhm.
but then
Different.
and upstairs.
Yeah.
I know I'm all over the place
But we
here now.
put, we were
I
like,
try to
oh
back
man,
this
it should
up.
be able to hold comic books.
As
So we
well.
tried it. Yeah.
And so we tried it, and then it was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna have to build like 10 more of these things.
You got a jukebox over here off camera. You've got your vinyl. You've got Nintendo. You've got everything. I mean,
See if we're all there.
Yeah, we all
it
in
is a
there.
museum. Yes, perfect. Good.
There we go. Because yeah,
They
it's
want to
it's
see y'all, not me. So this is
because
good.
it's oh, you're the guest.
Yeah.
But it's it's a really good camera. It's just awkward. It's just a little bit awkward. And there we all are. Special guest today, Chance.
Yeah.
The
So tell us some shows you've
actor.
been in other than Walking Dead.
Oh, well, I did part of the DC universe. I was one of the Argus agents in season 2, which is streaming on HBO Max, or I
Okay.
think it's called Max. Peacemaker season 2, which
Oh.
is tied into the new Superman movie. And that's already out. I mean, if you blink, you miss me. I mean, you'll see me. I mean,
Mhm.
but I don't have
Yeah.
any dialogue or anything like that. I'm just one of the agents in the office, not a field agent. So I don't get to do anything cool like fire a gun. But I did get to fire a gun on Will Trent in season 3, which is fun.
Okay.
So, and I'm taking a tactical class tomorrow with a stunt team.
Okay.
So it's all about handling prop weapons.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
Mhm.
But I mean, what a tough question, because there's a lot. Let me think on that, because I'm trying to think of what I can talk about that's about to be released and that has been released. But
Yeah,
most of the
if
things
it's,
are
something, if
streaming.
it's something that you can't talk about, then you know we don't want to get Chance in trouble.
Yeah.
I've been doing some actual acting, like with dialogue and speaking,
Oh,
because
okay.
I became Screen Actors eligible for the first time in years, thanks to Beyond the Gate soap opera, which is on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Yeah, that's it. No, Tyler Perry's not involved, but I know what you're talking about. Beyond the Gates.
Yes,
on
it's
CBS.
actually really good. The writing, some of the dialogue will reference Marvel superheroes and DC. I love the writers.
Really?
Yes, the dialogue is really cool. What you got?
You recognize that? Does it look familiar? Yeah. Anybody recognize this?
Let's let the chat figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one from the show. This is the actual screen used prop.
Yeah, at the flea market, it's a guy. He sell props from actual movies. Mm-hmm. I don't know how he gets the props. I mean, outfits.
He's their dump.
Yeah.
He's their dump. It's at the Peddler's Flea Market, and they so whatever they're done with, they just drop the crates off there, and he just sells it for like whatever.
Yeah.
Wow. See, and there's the property tag.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. 12-year-old Elliot.
So he has a lot of nice things. We've picked up a couple things.
My mom has an antique business. She's a retired school teacher, and she bought some props from Stranger Things recently. It's something similar to that. Like, that's pretty cool.
This is from Doom Patrol, by the way, guys. This is Elliot's birthday cap. There were two. There's two that they made in two different sizes.
Yeah.
But and they sell the stuff for practically nothing.
Yeah, the guy, you putting it up to him, I don't know, $10. Is that fine?
He said, does that sound good? How about this? You know,
that's what you love, right?
Yeah, and then you bring him a lot of stuff. He looks at it.
He's got the carpet.
Starts breathing, and then like, $20.
He's got the carpet from an Oval Office sitting there right now.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. He has like the sign from what's that movie with Michael B. Johnson? He's the boxer.
Michael B. Jordan?
Jordan.
Well, he was in Balboa or the Rocky.
The Rocky ones. He got the sign from that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, he's one of my favorite actors, actually.
Yeah, he has the sign from the gym. I think it's from the third film. I can't remember the name of the film now.
Well, he had to put that B in there, otherwise people think he plays basketball.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he has that Creed.
That's it.
That's the name of it.
Wouldn't fire all the way there.
Yeah, but he has some props from there. Yep, it is Creed. Yeah. But yeah, this guy got a lot of stuff. And if you want just nostalgia, like furniture, stuff like that, he has it. You can, if you want to deck your house out in the 70s, I mean, even plates. Mm-hmm. We got the ketchup display back there. That's what. Wow. Ketchup and mustard.
Question: do you know who he played in the Marvel Universe, the MCU? Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, he was in that Black Panther.
Very good. Yes, he was Eric Killmonger.
Yeah, I never saw it, but I know he was in it.
I bet you or your husband have the first appearance of that character in comic book form. It was in
I know I don't.
Marvel Jungle Action, which was a Black Panther title after issue, I think 3. It started with a reprint of an Avengers issue, the first one with Black Panther. Mm-hmm. We're just talking about Eric Killmonger and the first appearance of that character.
I don't think David has any
Marvel
Black
Jungle
Panther.
Action. It's starring Black Panther. I think it's issue 6. Issue 6. Anyway, that's so cool.
That's the other one, because there's 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I had them both. Look at, he's shocked.
I am.
Yeah.
You can have that one.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
No.
You can have that
No.
one. Will it fit?
Oh.
I don't know.
I have a pointy head. That's okay.
I don't think it'll fit.
I have a pointy head.
The other one is on Santa back there. You can't see him.
Oh yeah.
The Santa's behind the chair.
See, you guys are so nice. I swear I did not want anything, and I came pretty much empty-handed. That's what. If I'd known I were coming, I would have brought you something good.
I would have baked
the
cake
next time.
Now you can pretend to be Elliot.
Yeah, I'm small enough.
Are you? How big is that kid? Or is he pretending to be a kid? You know
Yeah,
how
you
they
got
do
to get a
sometimes.
30-year-old that looks 20.
You're like Ralph
I mean, that looks
Macchio, you
12.
find out that he's like old enough to have kids of his own, but he's
Yeah.
pretending to be like 13 or something.
Even when he was in Outsiders, he
Yeah.
was old. He was in his 20s trying to play like he
Yes, Creed.
like 13.
See somebody
Something.
else.
Mhm.
Johnny says Creed. Yeah,
Creed.
he's got the whole sign from the outside of the store, the neon
Oh,
thing.
wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Best offer on it is what it says, I think.
You mentioned
Yeah.
Ralph Macchio. Do you know what the first thing he did was before Karate Kid and before The Outsiders? It was a television show. It was a hit. In its 5th season, he was like the cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch on this show.
Oh, really?
I'll just tell you, it was 8 is enough. He played Abby's troubled cousin.
Oh, I barely
Jeremy.
remember that show.
He was
I
in
don't
it a lot.
remember.
I remember
Eight is
watching
Enough.
it, but I
I
haven't seen
remember
it
it
since I was
being
a kid.
on, but not watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember it being on.
It had a laugh track, which is kind of dumb. It was one of those dramedies, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Half serious, half comedy. But
Uh,
I kind of liked the show early on, but it did jump the shark. So they brought him in, and it didn't save the show in the 5th season, just like Brady Bunch season 5 with Cousin Oliver.
Oliver, yeah, I
Mm.
know. Dyeing rabbits orange by accident. You remember that? And then selling the orange rabbits.
Oh,
You remember that episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Brady Bunch. I've probably seen every episode of that like 20 times in reruns growing up.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things, Gilligan's Island, you've seen it 100 times.
Yeah.
Thing, Welcome Back Cotter.
Welcome
Hey,
back.
Welcome Back Cotter right there.
Dreams. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, the sign, autographs.
Remember the Hawaii 3-parter of the Brady Bunch, season 4?
With Vincent Price.
But it was funny because Robert Reed had straight hair when they left for Hawaii, and then when he got there, he had like basically an afro.
Yeah, it's a salt air.
That was well, he never he had to actually curl his hair straight or something to make it straight, and it was that too. It was like the humidity or lack of humidity, I don't know, something. But from that point on, after that episode, he never straightened it again. But when he would do Mannix, he was playing a detective on Mannix while Brady Bunch was going on, and they used the same set on Mannix as the Brady Bunch house in the kitchen and the downstairs living room. They did that in Mannix too.
I never heard of Mannix.
It's a detective show starring Mike
I remember
Connors.
that show.
It was a big hit, but it lasted, I think, 8 seasons. But the funny thing about that was after Brady Bunch was canceled, Robert Reed was doing scenes in Mannix in that old set. It must have been like a ghost ship. You know what I mean? Like that show's canceled. He's in his old set doing Mannix. I mean, like the next season and the next 2 seasons after the Brady Bunch went off the air. I think that's kind of unusual. Anyway.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, they rehash a lot of those sets and a lot of equipment and whatever they could do in those days. And you'd catch that every once in a while. You'd recognize something like more, you know, the famous thing about Mork's outfit had been used in previous films and things like that. If you had a good eye, you'd catch it.
And he was in 8 is Enough, but they cut him to basically being an extra. But right before the season before Mork and Mindy debuted, which catapulted him to fame because he was so talented, so energetic. But he was playing a TV repairman in a season 2 episode, and it's credited on IMDb. You'll see Robin Williams, and I was looking for him on the DVD. I'm like, where the heck is he? You just see his back.
You won't see him.
You just see his back.
He's like Schwarzenegger.
They cut his scene.
Not Schwarzenegger. What's his name? Sylvester Stallone in Bananas with Woody Allen. He's not in the credits at all. He didn't speak either, I don't think.
He might have been an extra. Yeah.
He was one of the thugs on the train who beat Woody Allen up.
Oh yeah.
If you remember that scene,
Yeah.
before he left the country,
Yeah.
that he I keep wanting to say Schwarzenegger. Stallone was one of those guys. I don't even think he spoke, and I was like, yeah, that looks like 16-year-old Sylvester Stallone there.
Yeah.
He was super young, but
Jackie Chan got top billing in a kung fu film. He was only in there for 15 seconds. He walked by.
they give him credit for being in Enter the Dragon.
Was he?
Yeah. He's one of the, you know, in Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee, and that scene where they get like 100 guys standing there in geese. Jackie Chan was in that crowd.
Oh.
That's basically it. He didn't really, I don't think he really did anything.
Yeah.
No.
That's how he was in this other film. You know, I'm watching, I go, oh, okay, Jackie Chan.
The one when he was in the prison?
No.
Is that the one?
I don't think they were in the, well, Jackie Chan wasn't in the prison. They were fighting at this church, and he was one of the fighters, and he hit the guy, and that was it. He didn't talk. He didn't do nothing. He just kind of showed up. He was one of the fighters. He hit the guy, and that was it. And I think the guy killed him. And that was it.
Wow.
But he got top billing. Jackie Chan.
Well, now he gets top billing.
Yeah.
Back then, they didn't care who he was.
Yeah.
You know how they do that kind of thing. There was a film like that with Robert De Niro too, I think, right? And he's like, his face is on the cover of the DVD.
Oh, I
but
remember
he's
that.
in like a 2-minute scene
Yeah.
film as a detective harassing some guy.
Talking about Sly Stallone, I like Nighthawks. He did with Billy D. Williams, where and Lindsay Wagner played his wife, the Bionic Woman herself. That was a cool movie, Nighthawks.
I don't.
And the bald lady from Star Trek, Persis Kembata, or whatever her name is, the Indian actress from India, that shaved her head for Star Trek the Motion Picture. When V'ger took her over, she plays I don't want to say the word, a T, a bad guy. The word begins with the letter T. I don't want to say it.
You know what's funny about that too? The Star Trek, the motion picture is I love the 80s in here today because he's going to call it Star Trek the Motionless Picture because he hates that movie. But in the thing that I saw that in theaters when I was a kid. Okay,
same here.
And I get it what they were trying to do with it because it actually felt like a motion picture. It actually felt like a movie. It didn't feel like a TV show. That was the mistake that Next Generation made when they jumped to cinema. It didn't feel like a movie.
It sure did.
It felt like watching the show.
It sure did.
But the cinematic universe for the original 60s Star Trek felt like a film.
Yeah.
The thing that got me, and I thought this is the first thing I thought of in the theater when I saw it.
Hey, BK and Axel Foley. How are y'all?
Hey, Barry.
And the thing that, and I thought this sitting in the theater as a kid, they had all this technology, but nobody thought to polish the thing up to find out what his name actually was. Whatever the aliens were, right? It was like, you're this intelligence, and we're going to hook you up to this machine, and we're going to put you in this giant ship. But nobody thought to clean them off so that you could read all the letters.
Voyager 6. Now, BK will tell you that he loves Star Trek the Motion Picture. And but it was like the episode The Changeling from season 2, the original show. Remember where a probe like merged and began going sterilize. It wanted to sterilize planets, but it was a benevolent mission originally. It got perverted. It's
thought that Kirk was a different Kirk.
Yeah, I'm thinking of, I almost said Kyrok. That's where he was an alien Indian. He married Miramani. Kyrok!
Yeah.
The Kirk unit. That's what it was. He called him the Kirk unit.
The Kirk unit.
Star Trek the Motionless Picture. It was atrocious. Says Axel Foley.
But how about the music though by Jerry Goldsmith? Which Next Generation? They couldn't even come up with their own theme. They used
they borrowed it. And it was because of not the motion picture. The motion picture begot Wrath of Khan, which is the best Star Trek film ever done.
What?
Hey, Sarah in Southern California. Sorry. She's saying I'm not saying, hey, she thinks I'm being antisocial. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. And because of Wrath of Khan, the popularity of it is why Paramount went back to print and did Next Generation at all. They were like, this is so huge. Can we go back to doing shows? And they came up with Next Generation because of the success of Wrath of Khan. And the Wrath of Khan was successful. I talk about Wrath of Khan a lot because I saw when I used to do the sci-fi shows in the early 90s in Boston, the chief writer from that, I can't remember his name.
Gene Roddenberry?
Not Gene Roddenberry, Gene Roddenberry, but one of the main writers.
Yeah, DC Fontana, that was a female, Dorothy. Okay.
Didn't know a damn thing about Star Trek. He was like, I didn't get it.
Gene Kuhn, maybe.
I didn't get it. And I wanted to, so I went back and rewatched every single episode so I could get the feel for why people love this so much. And Space Seed struck a chord with him. And he was like,
Harv Bennett.
It might have been.
It was Harvey Bennett.
And he was like, I wonder what Ricardo Montalban's doing right now.
Besides Fantasy Island.
Yeah, he was on Fantasy Island. And that's what screwed it up. That's why you never see Kirk and Khan together on the film, because of the schedules were screwed up. And that was a regret of Montalban's, because he was like, I would have loved to have done a direct scene because there was so much tension, even just doing those parted shots. If we could have got together, I think it would have been amazing. And of course, they called Ricardo, and Ricardo works out really heavily, and he was like, we didn't have to do anything with this guy. I looked at him, I was like, oh my God, he's in great shape. He's still Khan.
I thought the chest was fake. It's real. I thought it was just like a prosthetic because he had that necklace thing, and I thought, oh, let's separate the real from the fake.
Rubber chest.
Yeah. That's what I thought. But no, it's real.
That was him. He was in great shape. But yeah, but that spawned the whole new universe with Next Generation. Arguably not the best of the 5 shows that they did, or 4, because it was Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and then Enterprise, which I think gets a bad rap. I think
Enterprise is good.
Yeah, it's a good closure for all of it because they answer questions and that no one would touch. Like, how come there's 2 different kinds of Klingons? They covered that in the show.
Yeah,
they explained it. But
sponsored by Charmin Klingons. I'm sorry, immature.
Yeah,
sorry.
Oh no, I thought it was bears. But
I think that's such a clever campaign, by the way, because we all know what a bear does in the woods. So they made it funny. I think that's a cute ad campaign. Sorry. I don't know how I got off on that.
It's okay. Well, at least they're either selling you power, or was it the energy company?
Oh yeah, Scanna Energy.
Scanna Energy, yeah. Well, we can live in the house now. Okay. Whatever. But excuse me, all of those shows came from Wrath of Khan being successful.
Yeah.
And because they never thought they'd do anything after motion picture. I mean, half the people in it were volunteers. Star Trek fans made their own costumes and crazy stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and the Voyage Home, Star Trek 4 with the whales, was my favorite next to Khan. And that's after that is when the Next Generation debuted in September 1987 as a syndicated show and worldwide television syndication on independent TV stations. It aired here on WGNX 46.
And then, the thing is,
in Atlanta.
And it wasn't well written, honestly, to begin with. It wasn't well written. It wasn't original. They did a lot of rewrites. Even Q was a rewrite of Trelane. And then when it did come into its own, I mean, there are people, I get why people liked it because they followed the role-playing trend. As the old Star Trek, they followed the model of 3 that you saw in a lot of Westerns, 3 main characters, Kirk, Spock, McCoy. Yeah. It's just like any of the old Westerns, like Rawhide, right? You had Mr. Favor, you had
Dad and the boy.
Dad. No, you're thinking of
Rawhide.
Bonanza.
Oh.
You're thinking of Bonanza.
No, I'm thinking about the Rifleman.
Okay, the
Mark
Rifleman.
and the dad.
Mark, Dad, and the sheriff.
Lucas McCain, yeah.
But it was Mr. Favor, Rowdy, and Wishbone. They always had the three main characters, and that's what it was. But on Star Trek: The Next Generation, it really isn't a main character. It's because every week it's someone else's showcased.
Okay.
If you think about it, and
I thought Kirk was the main character.
That's the '60s show. We're talking about Next Generation.
Oh, okay.
Make it so, number 1.
Yeah.
I don't watch.
And it falls into that pocket of role playing that was real popular in the late '80s. I think that had a lot to do with it, but nothing about the show was original, not even the Borg, and that's what really jumped them off.
Yeah. The Borg, I thought were interesting. They'd started to steal. There's a Walking Dead poster right there.
Hey, Jesse's there.
They started.
That might be yours.
They started to take scripts from Space 1999 season 2. Actually, there's a book by John Kenneth Muir, Muir, all about that. It's called Exploring Space 1999. He talks about the whole connection with Star Trek: The Next Generation, like that expression. Resistance is futile was in the very last episode of Space 1999, the Dorkons. Commander, resistance is futile. They took that whole line. But and Star Trek: Next Generation looked cheap. It was like videotape. You know what I mean? Like when it first debuted, just visually, it looked cheap. The effects were well done, but they didn't look cinematic. To your point. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I've had that argument with people like, what are you talking about? The Borgs are what, and it's true. The Borg is what sold the show when they did that cliffhanger with it into the next season, and it made it a lot more interesting. But I'm like, have you never seen Doctor Who? What are they? They're cyborgs who go and kidnap entire planets and make more cyborgs out of them. Have you never heard of the Cybermen?
See you, K Munin.
Hey, K Munin, and hey to everybody that's in the chat. Yeah,
the Cybermen from Doctor Who, and that goes all the way back to the early 60s. So, and that it's the same concept exactly. That's what they did. But so nothing about it was original, but I'm not trying to take away from it because a lot of people really enjoyed it. And if you love it, you love it. And it spawned, in my opinion, better shows like Deep Space Nine, where all 9 seasons is like a single plot. There's an underlying plot behind the whole thing that culminates in the end. And I like when they follow a storyboard like that.
Gospel.
Yeah, and Deep Space Nine was cool. I liked it where they did the Trouble with Tribbles update.
Yeah, Richard.
Where they used some footage from the old show and shot new scenes. That was really cool. Very cool. I want to say I'm going to interview one of the actors in the original Star Trek on the Nostalgic Pod Blast.
Yay!
He will be at Stellar Fest 2 in Gwinnett County at the hotel out there. Where is it? The Moresto or Monet? I can't remember the name. Forgive me, Chris, but he's the guy in the wheelchair, Captain Pike.
Oh, okay, yeah.
His name is Sean Kenny. I always thought it was Sean Kennedy, but it's Sean Kenny, Kenney. He's going to be there. He looks pretty good in the pictures I've seen. Hopefully they're not airbrushed and Photoshop, but the pictures I've seen of this man, he must be in his 80s. He looks pretty good. And BK on the Air, it's a radio show out of Cartersville, Georgia. He made a joke to me. He says, well, if you ask him yes or no questions, make sure he answers them by beeping.
That's right.
Because
flashing light.
Yeah, he played Captain Pike, who was played by Jeffrey Hunter in the original pilot, The Cage, and then they made a 2-parter where they recycled most of the pilot footage. And so they couldn't get Jeffrey Hunter, so they got a look-alike actor, and that's him, to play him in a wheelchair after he's been in a terrible accident. He's disfigured, and he can't even speak. He can only flash a light. Beep, beep.
Yeah, kind of
one
like,
for yes, 2 for no.
Kind of like
yes, no question.
The guy on Breaking Bad with the little bell. Ding, 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 ding. And he would give signals with the bell.
Yeah.
But with him, it's like these 3 lights on a panel.
Yes.
On his across his chest.
Yes.
So much for space technology.
Yes. But
then Geordie LaForge gets the visor from the future.
Yeah.
But
Stellar Fest will be in Gwinnett County at the end of April, folks. If you look up Stellar Fest, STELLAR, good people. It's going to be good.
Is that a Star Trek convention?
It's a little bit of everything. It's fantasy. There's trivia games. They have great prizes, actually, you can win. And I'm going to be showing 16mm films as I did last year at the first one. I'm going to bring some of my prize film for my collection films, reel to reel.
Okay.
And we have like a killer sound system, popcorn. That's just one of the things, but they have panels. But it's like an old school convention, like the kind you guys love. It's not corporate. It's like family, and it's a husband and wife that own it, and they want to keep it down home like that. They don't want to go corporate. And it was very successful last year. And so this is their second one.
Okay.
Maybe you guys, and they had comic book dealers there last time. I'm thinking the dealer's room will be even stronger. They had toys. Hey, I was going to ask you, were talking about Star Trek Next Generation. What about the toys? Do you guys collect any of the Next Generation toys?
I don't have them. I
don't
had,
want them, do you?
No, the Galoob ones I would get. If I could find a decent set of the original Galoob ones, not the ones from Playmates, because it's just overdone. Plus, they made 420 of them.
Oh.
Before they surrendered the license. And they surrendered the license because people got pissed off because of variants. Believe it or not, because nowadays people eat that stuff up. But back then, it was the 1701 series, a homage to the original Enterprise. So there would only be 1,701 of certain figures. And the people who had been collecting all of these various lines, like I said, there was up to 420 figures. And they were like, how the hell am I going to complete the set? And they got mad, and Playmates said, we're really sorry. And they ended up bowing out of the license.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I want to get the Barbie Star Trek from 1996.
I remember those.
Where she's in the red Uhura outfit. It's pretty cool. I like because they had a backdrop of Kirk on the bridge from, I think, A Taste of Armageddon season 1 episode. It looked like a shot from that episode. But I went to Huntsville for the 30th anniversary. And they were all there. All the surviving is before Jimmy Doohan was there. And quick joke. Reportedly, Leonard Nimoy and Shatner were holding out for more money. They wouldn't come on the stage. Everyone was on there from the original cast except for Kirk and Spock, William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy. So people started throwing things onto the stage, and someone threw a tribble. And the guy who played Scotty, James Doohan, picked it up. He goes, "Oh, look, it's Captain Kirk's toupee," and dropped it. And it got a huge laugh. It was at the Civic Center in Huntsville. The crowd went crazy when he did that. And then shortly thereafter, they came out. Kirk, Shatner, and Leonard Nimoy. I think they heard that and like, okay, we're looking bad here. But I don't know. I was there.
Sure.
But I don't know. But that was the rumor, was that they were trying to hold out and negotiate. But I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah. Because everyone, they were just waiting.
So they pulled an Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
he famously did that, refusing to come out at a main event.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I forget if it was one of the WrestleManias or what, but he wouldn't come out, and that was when he was really hot. That was when he was really hot. He didn't have a choice. You know, what's McMahon going to do? And that part of the reason why he ultimately got rid of him, I think, because he was a pain in the butt for a lot of them to work with.
That's crazy.
You have so much stuff here. I'm just in awe. I mean, I see like ColecoVision football. I mean, it's like my childhood in this place. It is a museum. I mean, unreal.
Yeah, I've got the Atari, the Nintendo NES, the Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, GameCube, PS2, and then the Xbox 360. And that's as far as it goes.
And a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, and a Rubik's Cube. And the Rubik's Ball and the Rubik's Trap.
Man.
I've got the missing link.
Oh my goodness.
All of those cool bits and pieces. My favorites are the NES and Sega Genesis, so.
Oh yeah.
Those are the two I like the most. Like, you know, even the modern stuff like the 360. I don't think I've touched the 360 in a few years, honestly.
I see some cool books behind me too. Captain America, Spider-Man, Hulk. All my favorites. And the romance books.
Yes,
Your
I love
favorite?
Yeah.
She's big on the romance novels.
And the
or
war.
not novels, but romance comics and war comics, yeah.
My war books.
And the
They're a lot
religious
of fun.
ones too.
Yeah.
No Spider-Man though.
No, I do.
Oh, okay.
And I actually read a series with Morbius, and I have a new series on my channel called What Am I Reading?
Oh.
So I'm going to review that book. I already did one episode, so my second episode is, I think it was 4 or 5 books in that series, so I'm going to review it.
Cool. And Lady Pop Hunter's your YouTube channel.
Yep. So I'm going to review that and see.
I subscribe.
Yeah, she doesn't like the cinematic Spider-Man, but she does like the
Hey, Frankenfrog.
she does like the written, like, you know, Silver Bronze Age Spider-Man.
The I don't like what they did with him in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, they
the
take a
Tobey
lot.
Maguire movies are the ones after Tobey Maguire. The ones with
I've seen the Tobey Maguires and I've seen the ones after.
You saw Tobey Maguire?
Mm-hmm.
Or you saw the other one?
I've seen the first ones. Whoever that guy is.
That's Tobey Maguire in the first real live. There was a TV show, you know.
Right, but it had Macho Man in one.
Okay, yeah, that is the Tobey Maguire then.
And he had that outfit he made.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen
that. The first one from 2002.
Yeah, I seen him.
They had to cut a scene with the Twin Towers because of those 911.
Yeah.
It
was in the trailer, one of the teaser trailers.
It was a couple of movies that were about to come out, and they had the Twin Towers in, and they had to go reshoot
Felt
those
some kind
scenes.
of way about it.
Yeah. And it's like,
thank God for King Kong 1976, and
he made
Superman
the jump.
The movie. Yeah, he made the jump.
Yeah.
When the flamethrowers came out, he took off. Yeah. Rick Baker in that outfit, stuntman.
What's amazing about that is the automaton that they made for it, because they made a 1-to-1 scale automaton. It's like 40 feet tall.
Oh wow!
For the scene where he's breaking out of the cage at the end when they had the crown on him, making him look crazy.
Yeah.
And he broke loose. They had an automaton because they couldn't think of a better way to fake that,
and it didn't work.
And it looks.
Ooh, I'm bumping this.
It looks better. It looked better than a CGI attempt nowadays.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff that they came up with. My favorite is the Poltergeist house. If you ever saw how they did that stunt, where they sucked it in, for those of you who never saw this, they built like a quarter scale of the house, miniaturized, all the furniture and everything in perfect detail, and attached piano wire to every single thing in the house, and had a pipe that they attached to a forklift. And then they slowly pulled it so that the whole house would suck into the hole. So that's how they did that effect where everything gets crushed into a hole on the thing.
Who is that? I can't.
Steve says that the eye is following
Everywhere in
That's
the
right.
room.
The hypnotic eye. The hypnotic eye is watching you.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Hey, brother.
It's what's the other one? The Eye of Mordor
Yes.
is watching you.
Yes.
Fool of a talk. When he was trying to, I was only trying to look you. I was only trying to see.
I love it. It's like a Cyclops eye.
Yeah, that's a nice patch, actually.
Man, I can't.
I had to do something with it before she tears that patch off and sews it on her jacket.
Yeah.
No.
How's your jacket coming along with all your patches?
Pretty cool.
I started to wear it tonight. Yeah, it's all full. I still have to do this part of the arm, but it's hard to get there because the sewing machine doesn't reach. So I tried iron-on patches. Didn't work. I bought this spray that you spray on it and then you're supposed to iron it on. Doesn't work. I even tried crazy glue. Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Oh my God.
So
It's gotta be
just the
stitched.
elbow part of the arm is like nothing is there.
Memory unlocked. Remember blazers in the 70s and 80s where men would have these atrocious elbow patches?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
went away.
sometimes there would
That-
be one here, like they went shooting, but it was corduroy instead of a pad. Yeah.
Corduroy pants, you walk it. And when you get to the Bionic Woman episode of $6 Million Man that introduced her, look for the scene when they're planning the wedding. She's wearing corduroy and it makes an atrocious sound. Lindsay Wagner, the Bionic Woman, she walks in the room with Steve
You can
Austin's
hear it?
mom. Yeah, you can hear it. The mic picks it up. She's wearing those kind of pants.
So she has bionic legs, so if she runs, she could start a fire.
And that's true. At that point, it's before her accident in the story, I think. But yeah,
Okay.
before her
Before
skydiving
the
way.
accident.
I remember.
So you were in season 1 then, the $6 Million Man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Season
there's
1.
not many. It was a winter replacement from the middle of the 73-74 season. It started January 18th, 74. But you're going to see the robot maker if you haven't already, John Saxton.
We already saw that.
Oh, that was
That's
cool.
the Maskatron, right?
Maskatron.
Yeah, we saw that.
Henry Jones played the robot maker. He comes back. I don't want to spoil it. You know
We
that.
saw
saw
that.
that
We
one
just
too.
saw that one last week.
But he
What-
comes back again in season 2 and makes a
Oh.
robot Oscar Goldman.
Okay, yeah, we haven't gotten to that.
Wait till you see that.
Oscartron.
It is exploding attaché.
Saxton was funny as the robot because, of course, he was acting stiff on purpose. We're trying to get Steve to pull over so we can go to the restroom. Oh, Steve, my stomach. I feel so sick. I'm dying. Can you pull over? He was so stiff with it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
He's on Falcon Crest, so we're watching
That's
Falcon
right.
Crest.
Oh, yeah.
And Saxton is
Saxton
on.
got around.
Yeah, he's on Falcon Crest. He's pretty good. They think he killed Robert
Stack.
Stack is on Falcon Crest, and he gets killed. And they think
What a weird
John.
acting style he has.
Yeah,
His delivery is odd.
it's very odd. But
Because
I
he sounds
see
like he's still in a documentary.
he sounds
Well,
like he's still on Unsolved Mysteries.
That's what I mean.
Mm.
Hello, Angela. I'm here to, and it's like, okay, acting.
Yeah, but we saw him in a movie and he was good. Great delivery, great
Mhm.
flow. But on Falcon Crest,
Terrible.
yeah,
Mhm.
really is.
Real stiff.
Yeah.
Again, like he was narrating for a documentary.
Wow.
Mhm.
And it's like, what's going on with this? Because I was listening to him and I was like, wow, I don't get it.
Yeah.
The emoting is all
Hey,
off.
Keith Stewart.
Hey,
He returned to the $6 Million Man playing a different character in season 4, The Return of Bigfoot, which is a crossover season. Part 1
Okay.
was season 4 premiere, $6 Million Man. Part 2 was season 2 premiere of Bionic Woman on Wednesday night. $6 Million Man was on Sunday night.
Thank you, T. Stewart. I'll try that, but I think that's what I use. But I'll try it.
yeah.
I'll see. I think I actually used Gorilla Glue or something like
No,
that.
you didn't. You had that stuff that was supposed to be for fabric.
Oh, okay. Well, I
Yeah.
had the fabric glued in, and it
Keep
didn't
in
work.
mind, it's denim. So
Yeah.
it's a denim. It's a real denim jacket, not a modern one. But
Yeah.
oh boy.
But I'll figure out something because there are sewing machines out there. It's just not mine.
Ah. Isn't it cool, guys, that we may have a moon base in our lifetime, Lord willing, if we all live a few more years with the Artemis 3
Yeah, I
mission
saw
and the
that.
2 mission. I think it's so cool. And I see UFO on your shelf of DVDs.
UFO.
Jerry Anderson's.
Mhm.
Yeah, they call them UFOs in the show
Yes.
instead of UFOs.
Yes.
Yeah.
They call
Like
it
an enemy,
UFOs.
like a foe, like
Well,
FOE, but yeah.
The weird thing about that show is, and it's a shame because I think it had a lot of potential, but I don't think they knew what direction they wanted to go in with it. Yeah. It felt like it kept switching. And I'm like, oh man, because it felt like, again, it had potential.
Yeah, but they didn't do the origin until like the 12th
okay.
episode, which was a mistake.
All right. Thank you, T. I'll look for that. I don't have the denim version. I just got the regular one. So I'll look for that one. Thank you. Go ahead, Chin.
Oh, just Confetti Check AOK is an episode of UFO that tells the backstory of the starting of Shadow, Supreme Headquarters, Alien Defense Organizations, what Shadow stands for. And they didn't air it till like the 12th episode. The first episode showed a little bit of exposition of what we're dealing with here, deadly aliens taking the organs of humans to survive. Yeah, and it was really violent. Remember the first scene, you see a woman get shot with an alien machine gun, blood, bullet holes, everything. That was pretty violent for TV.
This? David. Hey, David. Oscar will be a robot on Return of the Robot Maker and again in Bionic Woman as a male robot made by a fembot maker.
Oscar is, Oscar, not John Saxton. Yeah, or Henry Jones played the robot maker. What a cool actor he is, Henry Jones.
I'm with David there.
There we go. Don't get it going.
I'm not going to get that going. I am not going to get.
But no, I'm a Jerry Anderson fan anyways. Yeah. But I mean, that's, again, just like Captain Scarlet. That's a kid show?
No.
I mean, you got to think about it. And for those of you who aren't familiar, Captain Scarlet is, his superpower is that he will come back to life after he dies. So he dies in every episode. And sometimes quite brutally. I've got the whole collection right there. Everything Jerry Anderson did right in the end of the bookshelf there.
Have you both seen his movie, Journey to the Far Side of the Sun, otherwise known as Doppelganger, from 1968, starring Roy Finnis and his wife? Yeah, that was the first live action thing they did. They always talk about UFO being the first live action. Well, they did a movie in between the puppets and UFO, and it was called Journey to the Far Side of the Sun, about a duplicate Earth.
Hey, Larry, how are you? Larry loves this old, old.
The original Mego was good stuff.
Yeah, Green Goblin.
The new stuff does not have the same physical quality, unfortunately. A lot of complaints about it, but that's another animal altogether. But yeah, I love the old Mego stuff. But
the Spider-Man, Green Goblin, Star Trek, right?
Yeah, they did Star Trek. They did Planet
of the Apes.
Yeah.
Flash Gordon, Wizard of Oz.
The Flash Gordons were a different scale though. And in the UK and also Italy, they did Doctor Who. Mego did Doctor Who.
But was the Flash Gordon based on the Sam Jones movie or just on the character?
It was based on the character. It actually looked more so like it would fit with the. It looked like 9-inch versions of the Mattel ones based on the Filmation show. And they only did like 3 or 4. They really didn't do much with the Mego ones.
I have the Mattel ones.
Yeah.
And they did quite a few, and I think they did like one vehicle. I think
they did that blimp.
Well,
it looks like a blimp, but
it's that balloon or whatever.
That thing is expensive as hell.
It is that blow up balloon. It's like that's where they get the turtle blimp from.
It's a little plastic part on the top the figures sit in, but then you inflate the whole rest of it, and it looks like the classic serial rocket.
Oh my goodness!
When it's done, but man, they didn't make very many of them.
No,
and that crap is expensive.
Do you guys remember the Clash of the Titans action figures the size of the Kenner Star Wars action figures? Those were cool, and I like the Universal monster figures too, like Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I have
Remco did those.
Yeah,
Remco, the 3 3/4 inch. Yeah, Remco did those.
I have the 6 scale ones of those, and Mondo was trying to do Universal monsters 1/6 scale. And I bought that.
They never got past Creature from the Black Lagoon.
And they did 2, the black and white and the colored one.
Wow.
Yeah. They did a good job, but then they stopped. I thought they were going to do all of it. For some reason. Yeah, they just stopped right there. So I was like, okay, because I really wanted a 6 scale Universal monster set. And so I was going to get that. Then they stopped, but I ended up getting the Sideshow one. So I got the whole Sideshow, and that was way cheaper because Sideshow 1/6 scales don't hold up the price, but value wise, it doesn't.
Yeah, the older ones you get it for next to nothing because they did a lot of stuff. They did Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Hogan's Heroes and Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah,
Life of Brian. And they did tons of that stuff, but you pick it up dirt cheap now.
I didn't know that. I interviewed actually the official biographer of the star of Hogan's Heroes, Carol Ford, and the topic never came up about the toys. That's news to
Sideshow,
me.
yeah.
Sideshow,
They did 1/6 scale.
They did
After he
Twilight
was
Zone.
killed, or was it like back in the day?
No, they were. This was like
Pre
20 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was long after 1978.
Yeah. They did Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, 1/6 scale, all of it.
And he started in radio. I'm blanking out on his name. Help me out. The star of Hogan's Heroes.
Oh God, I can't remember.
Bob Crane.
Yeah,
How could I forget?
That's it.
Bob Crane. He was unfortunately murdered.
Oh.
Unsolved mystery murder.
Oh.
Yeah, back in 1978 in Arizona. Bludgeoned to death.
Bludgeoned.
Well, we don't want to go there because the biographer, the official biographer, Carol M. Ford, defends his honor and says there's been things said about him that aren't true, and I'll just leave it at that. So, but a lot of it was true. He had a dark side, but he had a good side too. Anyway.
So what do you collect?
I collect comic books. I do have some toys. I'm not really into toys like you guys are, but I'm a Marvel comic books guy and now DC, an independent comic person.
Now DC?
Yeah, because I bought, remember that collection I bought?
Yeah.
I told you about, there was a lot of DC in there. So now I'm trying to buff that up. But yeah, so I like comic books, magazines. I just got the $6 Million Man. Is it Charlton or Carlton?
Charlton.
I never get that right.
Yeah, I've got those.
Heck yeah. I'm going to buy issue 4 of that. I want issue 4 of the magazine.
And Chance bought a huge comic book collection, what, a year or two ago?
Back in 2024, April of 2024.
Yeah, and he did on his channel, he opened up a box a week and showed what he got. You got how many books? Like a couple of thousand, right?
At least 5,000
books.
5,000 or 6,000 books. Yeah, and they were just in any order because the guy would read it and put it back. There you go.
Yeah, those are some nice covers.
The Bionic Duo.
These are the highest grades you're gonna find too. I cleaned and pressed those myself.
Oh, look at that cover. And there's covered by Neil Adams of $6 Million Man. Issue 2 is a Neil Adams cover. That's Joe Staten.
Yeah.
They're nice. I have that too. I had both of those. Love it.
Yeah,
they're in super nice shape. Folks, if you could see these books.
Yeah, they're in nice shape.
The thing is, because Charlton, they were notoriously cheap with the printing process. Rumor has it that they also, the same company that did these for Charlton also made sheet music. And that's why often when you look inside on the bottom panel, it's like that rough edge, like on old newspapers.
Yeah.
You'll find that in most Charlton books because they're just, they're torn perforation books. They weren't cut very well at all. So to find them in any kind of halfway decent shape, any Charlton book is difficult. And these two, when I found them, I thought were really good candidates for pressing and cleaning. So I got them into really immaculate condition. But
they had Space 1999 at Charlton. I loved Emergency. They did one based. Do you like the show Emergency?
I never saw Emergency.
It's good.
David had the action figures.
Oh, cool. Those are very rare.
LJN, yeah.
Very rare. And I like Doomsday +1. John Byrne came from that comic book company, Charlton, before he went to Marvel and did his legendary X-Men run. Yeah. And Fantastic Four.
DC, of course, bought all of their characters out and did weird stuff.
And he did Man of Steel. Remember that in 1986? Byrne left Marvel to do the Man of Steel miniseries, and he stayed on and did some Action Comics back in the late 1980s. Yep. Are you still looking for Green Arrow comic books?
I have the 90s, and I almost have a complete run. I don't have a complete run. I have some onesie twosies in the middle.
Oh,
that's missing.
They're rare, aren't they, David?
Yeah, they can be. Well,
yeah, you don't
low print run,
especially because with the ones she has mostly Copper Age.
Yeah, the Longbow Hunter. That's it.
Yeah, the further back you go, the harder it gets. It's underappreciated, actually.
Yeah, and it's actually a really good story.
Because it was.
You ever read it?
the Copper Age Green Arrow is it's not for kids. It's an adult. They're adult oriented books, and so the writing is a bit more sophisticated because it's not as primitive as the writing that you see now, obviously.
Yeah,
but
I like the Green Lantern by Neil Adams. That was controversial, where you had the drug overdose covers.
I have that book.
She's got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that one. And they just did, well, the last issue is coming out where they had Batman, the Green Arrow, and the Question. So I'm reading that, and I'll do a review on it when I'm done. And they brought it all the way back to the Copper Age Green Arrow and Question.
Nice.
Yeah.
I remember Question.
I read that series. That was a good series too.
Well, in Charlton, he was just basically running around throwing punches all over the place. He was pretty dopey character. But then, but I guess nowadays it would be considered a Vertigo title on DC, which adult title. But when DC did it in the Copper Age, it was a lot more sophisticated.
Yeah.
That's where Peacemaker came from, and like E-Man, those were Charlton characters that DC bought the rights to. You know that. You guys know that.
So, but yeah, those are some good books.
Yeah, and you're right about the texture of the cheap material that Charlton. It didn't have like gloss as much on the front cover. It didn't feel like it was slick. It felt like newsprint or something in some cases.
Yeah, they were real cheap with the construction. So I mean, even people who find them, they don't want to even clean and press them because they're afraid to, because they don't want to make indentations. Because if it's got the the preparation from the tear offs, it'll transfer into the cover if you don't know what you're doing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So you got to know what
so
you're doing.
Don't send it to CGC. But I know how to do it. So because I think that $6 Million Man's perforated like that. And I would have wavy lines all through the cover otherwise.
Did you guys ever subscribe to comic books when you were younger?
I never saw a comic book until I became an adult, until me and David got me.
That's cool.
Yeah. I wasn't exposed to comic books and toys like that.
Oh.
At all. So I didn't get into any of this stuff until we got married.
How nice.
Yeah.
It's like a whole new world. Collecting.
Yeah. I collected, just not toys and comics.
Not like that. Figurines like Snow Babies.
Precious moments.
Patches.
No, not even patches.
Okay.
Not even patches. Like glassware, dishware, that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
And
Fiesta ware.
David got me Fiesta ware, but Avon actually had some colored.
You're thinking of Fenton.
Oh, Fenton.
Yeah, not Fiesta
ware.
Yeah.
False graph and all that stuff. I used to work in housewares as a college job at Rich's department store.
Oh, I used to.
So I learned all about that inventory. I know, another thing of the past, Rich's department store.
Yep.
They even had candy at one point. They had a candy department.
Oh, really?
At Rich's, yes.
Yeah, they were like JCPenney and Sears and all of them. They were like that.
They didn't have that where I was.
Oh, no, I think that was only in the South.
Did you have Woolworths though?
Oh,
that made
Woolworths
hamburgers and grilled cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Woolworths soda jerk.
Woolworths diner.
Yeah.
A lot of places used to do that. Kmart had it. Even back in the day, people don't remember this. Walmart had it.
I don't remember that.
Walmart had its own. Yeah, the if you look up GI Joe meal prizes on eBay, Walmart's restaurant.
Oh my goodness!
Is the one that had those in the 80s. Yeah, but they're long gone. They sold that out a long time ago to franchise, and that's why you see Subway in there.
Oh wow! Well, Bloomingdale's here at Perimeter Mall in the Atlanta, Georgia area has a restaurant up top on their top level, so it's kind of a throwback to that. I wonder if Bloomingdale's, New York, has one. Probably does. I've never been to it. I've been to the one at Perimeter Mall here in Atlanta.
Do you have the Wizards from 1977?
I don't have Wizards. I know the movie, but I don't have it.
Oh, yeah. Ralph Bakshi. Yep. I have it on 16mm film. Not the movie, the trailer. I wish I had the movie. The movie came out in 76. It was a 20th Century Fox release right around just before Star Wars. About a year before Star Wars or so was released.
David actually bought the stuff from the comics He bought the novelties like X-ray glasses and stuff.
He's still waiting for him too. No,
That was cool, man. I remember the Battlestar Galactica glasses, the Superman the movie glasses you get at Burger King with the Pepsi tie-in. That is good stuff.
on the bottom of that, is it this one? No, over there.
Oh yeah.
The
over
bottom of
here.
the magazine rack.
Over
Sorry,
here.
wrong direction.
And you have, oh, there they are. Look at that.
Yeah, Smurfs and all of that
There
stuff.
you go.
The
Yes,
Wizard of
Smurfs.
Oz.
Oh my word. And you have lunch boxes. I mean, there's stuff all over this place.
Yeah.
Framed movie posters. They Live. Oh my God, that's a spooky one. I've never seen that poster for They Live.
That's a nice one.
That's a
from
Mondo one.
It's a silk screen. It's not a regular poster.
Good grief.
Yeah.
But-
Mondo have good posters if you can find them. Sideshow does too, but boy, if you can afford it.
It can get expensive.
Sideshow ones are very expensive. But Mondo has the best because they do the silk and that's what they were known for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and vinyl records.
Yeah.
And to this point here, you put this comment up
Yeah.
already, but I like the Sea Monkeys talking about goofy comic book ads.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they were real. It was just like shrimp. It was like,
Yeah, they'll live for
Dehydrated
like 3
shrimp.
hours.
yeah. And I like the rocks that would grow and you put it in water. I forget what that was. Magic rocks. That's what it was. Magic
Yeah.
rocks.
Oh.
Those were cool. I think you got those out of a comic book too, but you're right. Yeah. Those X-ray glasses where the guy's looking at some lady or something. It was
You
kind
can
of
see it
creepy.
through your hand.
Yeah.
That's-
Oh, the skeleton. That's
yeah,
right.
Skeleton hand.
Yeah.
But we are at the 2-hour mark, so I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up. So thank you, everybody. Of course, special thanks to Pastor Rick, who made a donation to our cat shelter. Thank you very much. Always appreciated. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here this evening, and of course, for Chance dropping in on us.
Thank you for this gift.
Yes.
Seriously. I mean, I will, if we do this again, I'm going to bring you some good stuff. I promise you. I've been telling, I still have that first Daredevil, first appearance of, I've got to bring you of the Gladiator in Daredevil issue number 18 that I've saved all these years. We haven't met at the Atlanta Comic Convention in a while, so that's why I haven't given it.
We
to
were
you.
at the
I'm not going
last
out.
one, but
They got one coming up on May 3rd.
that's right.
Was the arm up for the parking, or did they make you pay to park the last time?
No, the arm was up.
I think it
Oh,
was
good.
up last time.
It's
good.
been up the last
That's
couple
been
times.
that's been
That's
an
a-
ongoing issue.
Pet
Yeah.
peeve of mine is paying for parking. Even when you
Yeah.
go to a hospital to visit
I
someone
know.
who's sick,
I know.
they just get you by the you know what.
Yeah, they do.
But again, thank you, everybody, for joining us. Hope you had a good time, and we will do this again sometime soon.